Hello, this is Bobby at Copel TV Repair with a functionality proof video for mainboard 705TXCSM006 belonging to somebody with Sergio, or I don't know what that is, but this is unique marking on the board, so hopefully they will recognize it. This is our label, again with some unique markings there that should help them recognize it. That is fairly unique too. This is coming into Vizio M3D550KD, and the problem with the board was it was not starting at all, and it's ready now. It is the usual media player that we have in many our other videos. It's just set up to HDMI, whichever, this one. And that is all. This is as much as we can tell. I have spent the better part of the past 2 hours going back and forth with a customer that didn't like one of the functionality proof videos that we sent them because another expert, a TV expert that has the rest of his TV, said that the problem is with the board while we claim the problem is elsewhere in the TV. Which poses the question, if you are watching this video by chance, and let us know what else do you guys think that we could possibly do other than showing you live video with details on the board to convince you that the boards that we work on here are actually functional. The logic premise being very simple. A system that does not work may not be working for any of the components that are comprising that system. TV may not start up because you have a bad mainboard. A TV may not start up because you have a bad mainboard or power board, sorry. TV may not show something on the screen because the panel was cracked, because the T-con was bad, because the mainboard is not showing something. However, if you do have a TV, as in this case, that you can see is producing sound which is quiet because otherwise Google flags it for copyright infringement. So if you do have a TV that does everything, or reasonably much, I'm not showing of course all the functionality within that mainboard because the original problem was that it was dead. So if you have a system that apparently does work, that means that this power board is working, this mainboard is working, the T-con is working, the panel is working, everything is working. So the simple logic is, if we show something that works all right, that means that everything, including the board in question, is working. Whereas if you have something that doesn't work on your end with that same board, well, it means that some part of the system is not working. And if an expert says this is the problem, and I'm saying all that because it has nothing to do with that board, because of that time that I've spent with the other customer with a different mainboard, really, common simple logic says you have another part of the system that is not working fine. Now, finding that part of the system is up to an expert, and there are different ways to do it, but the best one, hands down, is just having another whole setup where you can just take that out, replace it with another one that is working, or take that one out, put it in a knowingly working system, and compare. So if you have one party, one service center that has the whole system and displays the ability to do individual assembly testing and swapping, you have found a place that can actually narrow down, at least at module level, where the problem is. And if you have somebody who is just your average Joe, jack of all trades, that puts something on a table and starts measuring things with a multimeter, if they're really good, they can get very, very close, but not as close as somebody who has the ability to do all that. And this is why we're showing you those videos. It means that we are not just guys on a bench that do and compare something, and a TV does not compare against another TV. It means that we actually have the ability to do full-blown testing. Now, it doesn't apply for everything. Sometimes for power boards, we don't have the whole set, because power boards do not really need the rest usually in order to be fairly certain. To be 100% certain, you still have to load it at 100%. But most of the time, specifically for power boards, you don't need the rest. There are exceptions to that, but that's what they are, exceptions. So all that said, thank you for watching. I'm going to send that video to this other customer as well, because most of what I said here was for them and not for SER, Sergio, or sorry if this is just initials for a name. But this board is working. It's ready to go back. Thank you very much for being our customer, and just know that we are doing what needs to be done to make sure that the board is working. Thanks.